I left you guys on a cliffhanger there on the last episode, but today's episode, I'm going to explain to you what I did wrong and where I went wrong for the engine not to start. So, this is the engine, correct? Everything was done. Put battery in, charged it, everything was good. I had key ignition. The car turned on. No start. I'm like, what is going on here? Like, it made no sense. Everything was plugged in, everything was connected. I did some checks right at that main junction box right here. I had all the powers and all the grounds. Everything was perfect. And I had to pull the alternator back out just to make sure I didn't miss a connector. Maybe it was a signal wire, something not getting there. And then I'm just like, you know what? Let me go through everything, because, you know, we make mistakes. And just like that, I made a mistake. This right here is your ECM box. The ECM box slash fuse box. So I took this off. I was like, hey, maybe, you know, ECM's not connected or whatever. Everything was connected to the bare eye. What wasn't connected, or not fully connected, was this guy right here, a push connector. This I had removed along with the rest of them to pull this harness out while pulling the engine out. So when I put it back in, I literally just pushed it back in like that. As you can see, it's just not fully pushed back in, and these have the signal wire going to the starter. So then I pulled this off and I'm like, everything looks normal. It looks normal here. And I was jiggling around and I was just like, this feels loose. And if you look closely, you can see it's a little bit up. Matter of fact, let me put the mic on it. I'll put the mic right here, and let's see if you can hear the difference. This is me just putting it in versus me actually locking it in. Now that's what should have been done. And now that's done, and I went back to start the car, and boom, engine cranks over. Perfect. Now all greatness and amazement that the car cranked, nothing blew up. Pat on the back for us, Team Pred's Garage, we got this. Another problem occurred. Car wouldn't fire up. We're like, great. Don't know what happened now. So many random codes from O2 sensors. I knew that because they were disconnected. I didn't care about that. ABS, didn't care about. We had throttle body malfunctions. I was like, okay, but no other codes. Now, if you remember correctly, or well, you wouldn't. Well, yeah, if you remember correctly, I got new plugs and new coils for this car. But also in that scenario, in my head, I was just like, you know what? I don't really want to install the new parts until I'm confirmed that it's running and, you know, nothing throws a cam fault or whatever it is. Because then if so, the engine has to come back out. So I left the old plugs and old coils in. This is a mistake I made. And another issue I had, it was my stupid mistake. I should have fixed it in the first place. But when I put the old plugs in and old spark plugs, that video when I dropped first of it running was literally running on its last life. Literally. So after cranking and cranking, literally just fucking flooding the entire system, my language, I diluted the crap out of the oil. So what I did, got new plugs and installed my new coils back in, changed the oil. Don't forget, change the oil, because now you've cranked it, completely flooded it, and now you've diluted it. Change the oil. I changed the oil to shitty Walmart oil, because once everything's back together running, I'm gonna do like 500 kilometers and then change it with fresh liquid moly. But after that, she started up just a snap of a finger. Literally, not even a whole crank, half a crank, boom, she started. So simple things like that, because again, with these cars, I'm not too sure if you guys know, because I had an older Volkswagen too and an older Audi. When the coil pack or the plug would fall, I would never get a misfire code for some reason. I'm not too sure why. I wouldn't get a misfire code, but as soon as I changed the plugs and the coils, the car would run fine. It's a weird thing. I'm not too sure. Have you guys ever had that? If you have, drop it in the comment. I've never had that once in my life where the coil packs itself would fail, but it wouldn't fault. It was so weird. But as soon as I changed it, boom, started up. But I also have another issue right now. I have faults for the oil pressure sensor electrical faults. I did order them new, so they are coming in soon. So once I swap them out, then we can run the engine a little bit longer and we'll get it all warmed up, bleed the system, find leaks, and go on from there. Shout out to Park Auto. It took like a week and a half because these sensors were out of stock or whatnot, but they got it to me. Let's move some shit out of the way. I ordered both the pressure sensor and the pressure switch, one under the supercharger and one behind the oil filter, because it's just like a while you're already in there kind of situation. So we're just gonna go ahead and open this nice little Park Auto shipment package over here. Get it open. Nice little fancy packaging. They're both sensors. One's gonna be a 1-pin sensor, the other's gonna be a 2-pin. The one that goes at the back of the supercharger, I mean not back, the back of the oil filter housing, that's the 1-pin, which is this guy. As you can see, 1-pin sensor. And the 2-pin one is this guy. So you can see 2-pin. I believe they updated these sensors, going from whatever this brass, let's see if we can focus it, brass end is, to this. I'm not too sure what the difference is, but they are the same connectors, same part numbers. Only they updated it, but let's get it installed. We're gonna pull this cover off so we can get to the oil pressure sensors and NOx sensors. Make sure you remove the old crush washer that's on there. You don't need to go crazy tight, just tight enough. There we go, that's in. Let me put this guy back in. There we go. The other sensor is this guy right here, right under the supercharger. I don't know if you can see that. That guy right there. You will see in about a couple seconds how it took off the sensor under the supercharger. The crazy part is, what I needed was, where did it go? Am I blind? Buffering. Back. What I needed was a 12.516 or a 24. Remember, the old sensor under the supercharger is a 24. The updated new one is a 22. I got this one because it was shallow and it could fit in between that supercharger space, compared to like a big boy, like a big impact one was too thick, as you can see, so it wouldn't fit in between. So get something shallow and skinny. And another thing is, which was funny, I couldn't turn the socket in there. I turned it enough to crack it loose, but I couldn't turn it enough to loosen the sensor. What I ended up doing was using the head bolt tool, sticking it in like this, and turning it. It literally turned smoothly out. It's crazy how stupid little things work. But yeah, it came out perfectly nice. And as you can see, possibly a reason, let's hope this fixes it, why the sensor was reading abnormally. As you can see, it's just covered in gunk. Not even too sure what gunk that is. Oh yeah, there you go. You can see, in a sense, let's go ahead and pick with it. Let's use a zip tie. You can see all the crud buildup. That's not, well, I'm not even too sure what that is. It's dirt, it's yucky. I'm not even too sure how that got in there. I did take these sensors out before doing the whole rebuild, but I'm not too sure. It's weird, but it's okay. Now we possibly know the reason why it's failing. But as you can see, the new sensor versus the old sensor. Beautiful, beautiful. And the new sensor is also updated. It is a 22 mil. I don't have a shallow enough 22 mil, so what I ended up using was my O2 sensor socket that I have. It's nice and it's a shallow, so it's perfect. So let's put it back in. Stick this in there. Go again. Go. Got it started. Let's just keep twisting. I'm sorry, I'm trying to freaking record for you guys. There we go, she's in there. it.